This is Ivy Bound's help for SAT, and I am doing poetry. Not just poetry, Shakespeare. Now, I don't especially like poetry, but I do admire Shakespeare, and I admire the SAT. So this is a nice confluence. I want people to recognize the admiration. It goes, well, it's 400 years worth of unsurpassed. Literally, no poet since the 1600s has been as evocative and usually rhyming and in iambic pentameter, so there's a pace, with great stories and characters. Nothing like William Shakespeare, who, by the way, might not actually have been the writer of all of this. There is a possibility, I think a strong one, that the actual poet was a woman. And she couldn't pass off these works at the time, and thus a frontman, an actor and somewhat playwright named William Shakespeare took over. All right, that's for another video. Let's talk about this question. This question is asking for a main idea. So just as we do with prose, we use the same skills to take what is summarized in a nice short sentence and eliminate things that are either not done or things that might be done but don't rise to the level of main idea. Let's go through these. A can stop after 4 words because it's not done. The speaker is not asleep, eyes wide open. He is staying up. He is maybe wishing to get to sleep. Doesn't even seem like that. His mind is on a journey, a pilgrimage about the friend that is far away. And so he is kept awake, but he doesn't go so far as plan. And that's the problem with B. Planning an upcoming trip involves planning, not just thinking or taking yourself on a journey, or if he happened to be asleep, a dream journey that's still not cogitating a plan. It's also not the main idea. Even if it were the case, the big deal is that he is staying awake, kept awake by thoughts of the friend, not necessarily planning a journey. Let's look at C. Too fatigued, reasonable, to continue a discussion with the friend. Well, there's 2 problems here. One, he is mentally alert, and it's not a discussion, okay? The friend is not there. You don't see any dialogue going on. It's a one-way oration from speaker to distant friend. D, better be right. We have clear eliminations, and it is. It takes in things properly. Speaker is thinking about the friend, clearly though, instead of immediately falling asleep. We know he's awake enough to give over this poem, and thus D encapsulates everything. Along the way, some good vocabulary, centuries old, but still usable here. Thee, and thou, and the possessive thy mean you or to you, yours. That is old, but usable today. Also, what is a pilgrimage? It's kind of a trip, a trek, a holy, often, trek to a special place. Mecca, a pilgrimage spot for Muslims. Medina as well. Jerusalem used to be and still is to very devout Jews and Christians. They make pilgrimages there. Hopefully this has been helpful. I am Mark Greenstein.